I have so many patients that come to me at Center Spring MD looking for natural ways to balance their hormones. And one of the questions I often get in practice is, can you or can you not use essential oils to balance your hormones? And the answer is yes, but you have to be careful about which oils you use, when you use them, and of course, the quality of the oils. In this video, I'm going to talk about my 4 favorite essential oils for hormone balancing and how easy it is to use them and how you can incorporate them into your hormone journey and into your hormone roadmap. I get a lot of these questions in practice. What essential oil do you recommend? What works? What doesn't work? Especially in the context of hormone balance. And I think that there is a role for essential oils in this conversation. Look, we're trying to pull what we can in this hormone toolbox, right? And in balancing your hormones is a combination of diet, lifestyle, mind-body techniques, hormone replacement therapy, and more. Let's talk about the role of essential oils. Essential oils do a couple of things. They actually do interact with the endocrine system. Essential oils essentially really travel through what we call the limbic system and affect the autonomic nervous system in an indirect way. Now here's where it connects. The autonomic nervous system is indirectly connected to your HPA axis, your hypothalamic pituitary axis, which in turn regulates the secretion of hormones. So while we're still looking at the research and the data around each individual essential oil, we do have good data and research that suggests that essential oils play a role in the HPA axis and the autonomic nervous system and can influence the direction of your hormone balance. All right, a lot of science gibberish there. What does that really mean for you? That's what you want to know, and that's what we're going to do in this video. I want to talk about some of my favorite essential oils for hormone balance, right? There are a lot of them out there, but I've picked about 3 or 4 of them that I think might really make a difference. The first one is Clary Sage. Clary Sage, we know, supports estrogen and estrogen metabolism. So this is one you can use at any phase throughout your hormones journey and hormone cycle, whether you're 16 or 50 or above, and it helps to support estrogen. So if you're someone who's having a lot of symptoms, for example, days 1 through 14 of your cycle, Clary Sage may be the essential oil for you. Next, let's move on to another one that I love, actually, so much so that I'll actually at times even use this in my perfumes and things like that. But this is Ylang Ylang. It's a wonderful essential oil, has a really great scent to it. But this one we know helps with overall mood boosting and managing stress in general. And so this is one that you can use a couple times a day. Let's say it's that week before your period, right? That day 21-ish through 28, and you're having a lot of anxiety, a lot of heart palpitations, you're feeling off, or it's days 1 through 7 of your cycle where you might be experiencing more of a depressive type mood. Well, you can use this particular essential oil, Elang Ylang, to help lift you out of that particular situation. All right, another one I like is something called Geranium. Geranium's been around for a really long time. Geranium is one that actually helps with adrenal balance. Now, the adrenal gland is critical. It's back to this whole conversation around what's happening with cortisol and adrenaline and some of the hormones coming from the adrenal gland and hormones like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and all the androgens. They are connected, surprise, like the entire body. So understanding that when we support the adrenals, we actually support your hormones too, that is a critical concept and one you want to kind of sink your teeth into. So geranium is one that you can use if you're experiencing, again, a lot of stress, if you're going through maybe a stressful moment or situation in your life. Geranium is one that I would use every day throughout your cycle, not necessarily cycling it like we've talked about some of the others. Okay, let's do one more if you're up for it. Let's talk about thyme. I hope I'm saying that right. My mom always said thyme, and that's like been stuck in my head, but it's thyme. Thyme, again, we've cooked with it, right? I've cooked with it around Thanksgiving. You might have too, mixed it with rosemary sometimes to do all kinds of fun stuff in the kitchen. But thyme essential oil actually boosts progesterone. Now remember, we have progesterone deficiency at different points of our cycle. And for women, and any of you watching like in perimenopause or menopause, you're in a depletion state where your progesterone and oftentimes even your estrogen is very low. So using thyme might be the answer, either days 21 through 28 of your cycle, or if you're kind of over 45, 50 or so, you can use it every single day in an indirect way to boost progesterone levels. All right, so those are my 4 favorite essential oils to help balance your hormones. But let's talk a little bit about where do you put them? What do you do with them? I've seen all kinds of stuff there. I had a patient, this is a true story, a patient who came in and he said he puts a little bit of essential oil right on the bottom of his big toe and boom, it helps him fall asleep and stay asleep in 2 seconds, better than anything else he's ever tried. So where do you put an essential oil? There are a couple of things you can do. Let's go back to my favorite, Ylang Ylang. So you want to put them on pulse points when we're dealing with essential oils for hormone balance, or you can put them on your abdomen. That's another place you could put it, or on the bottom of your feet, on the soles of your feet. Remember, the soles of our feet are a very highly absorbable region, so you can put it there to get that response. So my patient was probably onto something, whether he knew it or not. So those are some of the common places you can put it. Typically, these oils are very potent, so you don't need to, kind of spray your whole body with it. A couple of drops, maybe 1 or 2 drops, right? Here's a really good pulse point right here, and I'm just sort of massaging it in, and that's how we can do that. So that's one way to do that. Now, if you don't want to do the pulse points, you can dilute it and put it in a carrier oil, but you might not have the power punch for your hormones if you choose to use your essential oils in that particular way. And as always, try to choose high quality oils. Make sure they're not too contaminated. Look at your sources. I think all of that matters. But when it comes to the hormone balancing toolbox, I do think essential oils play a role. Now, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, we want you to be a little bit careful with these oils and clear it with your medical team. They are actually more powerful than you imagine. So we usually warn that pregnant and breastfeeding women should probably stay away from them. So hopefully that clears up the essential oil confusion, to use them, not to use them. Some of my favorites in the context of hormone balancing. Easy to use, easy to carry around, right? If you're a traveler like me, stick it in your purse, your backpack, on your office desk, and at least you have a remedy to help you in the world of hormone balancing. All right, I post new videos every week. Don't forget to like and subscribe.